Hello guys, how are you? A few years ago, someone told me a story about an Indian businessman who made a big amount by exporting crabs in containers with no lids. A cost-conscious rival who just couldn't bear the suspense finally asked our gentleman how he managed to export his crabs in lidless containers. Didn't those crustaceans simply crawl away? These were Indian crabs after all. There was nothing to worry about here because the moment one crab tried to climb up, the other would pull him down so long as he ensured the crabs were Indian. The exporter didn't have to spend on lids or the containers. Even if it is a moral story, most of the time we can observe the same in our system. Superpower. To become any country's superpower, primary thing is good GDP. India must do well by reducing its import dependence and establishing domestic capacity so India can improve its GDP. To achieve greater GDP, India needs improvement in agriculture, industry and services sector. Agriculture is backbone of India. 4 steps for improving farming production. Efficient markets. Try to remove farm idiots as far as possible. Irrigation augmentation, providing insurance, crafting new technologies, enhancement of soil quality, industry, dams and reservoirs. We all know till now 2 world wars happened. Many experts said if the next world war happens, that is because of water. So water is a must for agriculture, industries and drinking water uses. So we need to construct more dams on rivers and reservoirs based on requirements fast because construction cost increases with time. Supporting all MSME sectors by government is one of the major sectors that can provide more employment even for the uneducated services. Transport connectivity is most important for fast economic growth of the country. Education increases employment opportunities and increases the GDP of a country. IT, health, military and tourism are a few major sectors that need to focus on. We discussed only a few areas in different sectors. The entire day is not enough to discuss all areas in these sectors. All these areas are interconnected to each other. For example, improving transportation connectivity becomes easy. Transport is fundamental to support economic growth, creating jobs and connecting people to essential services such as healthcare or education. Many things depend on transport. Improving transportation leads to improving economic activity. Then GDP increases. Before concluding all these sectors, an example from the services sector. Transport. India's average train speed is 55 kmph when it's compared to USA 95. It's 120 in China. Mostly, we have been using Britishers' time railway tracks. The present government's focus is on the railway sector to improve train speed and reduce the time of journey. The latest trains like Vande Bharat and new railway lines are constructed by the present government. India's fastest train is under construction between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. India needs faster and more railway tracks to improve the speed. Central government's prestigious projects like Bharatmala and Sagamala connect cities through national highways and construction of new ports, renovation of existing ports done fast. Even though India's GDP is dominated by the services sector, we can observe most people depend on agriculture. But in China and USA, the services sector produces more GDP and employment. Without any doubt, USA is the top global IT service provider. So, global IT and Indian IT always depends on the USA. In the industrial sector, China is the top provider. Even big American companies established their manufacturing units in China. For example, Dell is an American company. Most of the company accessories are made and distributed in China to the entire world. China's domination in the industrial sector is unimaginable because they make products with more quantity and less cost. Just observe smartphone consumption in India. Nearly 65% of Indians use Chinese branded mobiles. Even India's highest GDP percentage is generated from services. Employment in this sector is less compared to China and USA. What are the ways India should focus on? India requires to develop more in the industrial and services sector. To improve more in industrial sector, MSME is backbone, can provide more employment. So India should have to support by giving subsidies in MSME sector. India fortunately has more skilled IT people. Unfortunately, they are contributing to American economy. At present also, India has more skilled IT people available at affordable cost. India's future would be very bright. Government should support startups. Most successful startups has more chances to become unicorn company. Few great unicorn companies are enough to stand India, one of the global superpower, and improve GDP at a peak level in a small time. India needs great growth in all these sectors. This is not a one-day process. Development is continuous process. To achieve this, India must set quarter, yearly, 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years goals, and try to improve in all these areas constantly. Execution of our goals, the most important task. These are all the goals in front of us. Tell me guys, who can execute all these goals? A great system, stable and good government. Do you agree? Irrespective of any ruling party, they can only able to achieve less than half of the development goal. A few of the development goals do not even start, even if they know it can create huge employment and contributes a lot to the GDP. What are the challenges in front of any government to achieve development goals? They have brilliant rulers, but the biggest problem is focus shifting. The biggest challenge in front of them is standing power anyway. Why power is the most important factor to any party? Because they get huge appreciation. Who rejects power? Success is like an celebration. Lose is an often. Power is a great responsibility. Great responsibility comes from great power. Power and responsibility are interconnected. You can observe. See, most of the decisions made by the governments are on short-term goals to please people and get attention from them. Even well-educated people like the Kejriwal implemented many welfare schemes more than health and education related schemes. We are not focusing on anyone. By any government, essential schemes only need to be implemented. Quality schemes are more important than the number of schemes implemented. Implementing these few schemes, great also can get a great name. Then the burdens on the government decreases, so they can focus on the development of industries, infrastructure projects, and employment generation. Every welfare activity fulfills a few needs. Every need of people can't be fulfilled by a government freely with welfare. Essential needs only to be fulfilled. If all needs of governments are fulfilled, people's work activity reduces. There are few workers, demand increases because of fewer men available. So prices increases on a product. Ultimately, all these burdens consumers. So economic activity decreases because of high prices. It leads to inflation. Ultimately, government also needs to collect spended money on welfare in any possible way. For example, if products are at affordable prices, everyone can buy them. So it leads to an increase in economic activity. It leads to development in GDP. The difference between the rich and poor can be removed by improving the purchasing power of the poor. It comes with employment. These are simple economics of demand and supply principles we all know. Present scenario. Focus shifting from future goals of people to short-term pleasing of people. The biggest challenge to any political party is standing power. It's leading to weakening opposition by the ruling party in any possible way. Can't point out anyone for this. In democracy, it is not a good sign. There should be strong democracy for stopping monopoly. Even the opposition also has a responsibility to make constructive criticism. Even the media has more responsibility. Not just focusing on breaking news, we need to focus more on the development of the country. As a proud Indian, goal, primary agenda should be making India a developed nation. There is no way to personal agendas. Now in fast-growing society, only the ruling party can survive, and values are at the utmost point in society. All these ringing danger bells in the entire system does require a change in our system. One thing ruining our entire system is standing power in any possible way. Because no time limit serves the nation, pressure improves on the leader in any way to win. What if there is no such standing power pressure? When government works better and contributes to the system. Just see, the USA there is a great rule saving the nation with a time limit, a maximum of 8 years as a president if he wins. How is the same rule in India? Leaders feel less pressure, and take power as a responsibility because they have a time limit to serve. Ruling parties take power as an advantage. The same power works against them while they are retired or in opposition. Every politician should have to remind the system is permanent. If we save the system will save us. This way, the focus stays away from standing power to saving the nation in a better way. This reminds politicians no one is permanent, so we can achieve a stable system. Prime Minister, President, Chief Minister, Governors, and their teams' collective effort and stable system can run India's GDP. Hello guys, let's remind the key points that we discussed. For the country's faster GDP growth, MSME sector, unicorn companies are key. How time limit helps to save the nation, while leaders can help to achieve a stable system. Please share your thoughts, comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, and share your ideas in the comment section.